Welcome to the Todd and Don Show. We're live. Join the conversation at 512-836-0590. Now, here are Todd and Don.
605, Todd Jeffries and Don Pryor.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, it's the Todd and Don Show. So glad you chose to join us. And you can jump in anytime at 512-836-0590. If you want to say something on the air about anything we talk about during the show, that's the number you call. But you can also text us. Anytime at 512-836-0590. What are you going to do with your final years on this planet? So have you thought about that? Because we found out last night on CNN during their climate change town hall with all the Democrat candidates. Well, we found out that the world is coming to an end very, very, very soon. I mean, I don't even know why you'd get a mortgage. That would be a waste of time. Here's Elizabeth Warren last night.
Don't sit around and tell me what's not possible. Sit around and look what happens if we don't make change. You know, we've got, what, 11 years?
11
maybe?
years. Maybe. That's it. Tops.
11.
Tops. 11 years tops. 11 years tops. But she may be wrong because, here's Francis O'Rourke, a.k.a. Beto.
Now, 10 years left to us, not as Democrats or Republicans or even as Americans, but as human civilization.
I see.
There you go. As human civilization. She says 11 years. He says 10 years. I would think the next candidate is going to say we got 5 years, right? Because that would be more progressive, wouldn't it?
Well, but given the choice, I guess I'm going to vote for Warren because she's giving me 11. Beto gives me 10. Yeah, sorry. You lose, Beto.
Well, the executive director of the Power the Future group, they fight to protect American energy workers from the eco-left. And we just heard from the eco-left. Here's what they have to say.
It's not about the environment, and it is not about climate change. This is a socialist manifesto. This is a way to restructure America. And proof of this is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's former chief of staff, who was kind of a run out of D.C. in disgrace, said so. He was caught saying, you think this is a climate thing? We think this is a how to rebuild the American economy thing. And that is why it costs $16 trillion. Because if you want to destroy capitalism and implement socialism, you have to take over all of the means of control and all of the private property from people. And by forcing them to buy green, by forcing them to buy this car or build that type of house, they will effectively do it.
There you go. And we already have those kind of restrictions here in Austin.
No question.
When it comes to building, when it comes to vehicles, and yeah, absolutely.
These people sound absolutely unhinged. They sound crazy.
I don't know why you'd support anybody like that is talking about the end of the world, death within 2 years. How the hell does that motivate you to get out of bed?
And that's how you make America great again.
Now, the big highlight last night was when someone in the audience stood up and asked Joe Biden a question. This is pretty interesting. There was actual journalism happening on CNN from the audience. Not on stage with Anderson Cooper, but in the audience. Some real journalism was happening. Here's one question from the audience.
Now, I know that you signed the No Fossil Fuel Money Pledge, but I have to ask, how can we trust you to hold these corporations and executives accountable for their crimes against humanity when we know that tomorrow you are holding a high-dollar fundraiser hosted by Andrew Goldman, a fossil fuel executive?
Uh-oh.
He's not a fossil fuel executive. He is not a fossil fuel executive.
Wake up, Joe.
What Andrew is saying is, if you're going to a fundraiser that's given in part by this guy who has a company that is pulling up natural gas, are you the right guy to go after these?
Well, I didn't realize he does that. I was told if you look at the SEC filings, he's not listed as one of those executives. Okay. That's what we look at.
Yeah.
The SEC filings. Who are those executives? I've kept that pledge. Period.
So is that, are you going to look at that fundraiser tomorrow night?
I'm going to look at what you just told me and find out if that's accurate. Yes.
Okay. I think it's pretty accurate.
There you go. That was on CNN last night, the old climate change summit.
Then Joe's eyes started bleeding.
It is 6:09. In time for the Rush Update.
Last weekend, there was an